Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's kitchen. Today I am making an Indian flatbread, Garlicky Spinach Stuffed Paratha. Now this paratha is made two ways. One way is to knead the spinach and garlic along with the flour and make a dough and make parathas out of it. The other way, which is a favorite of mine and my family's too, is stuffing the garlic and spinach inside the wheat flour dough and then making a paratha. Now this second version is a little tricky and many people shy away from making this paratha this way. Today I am sharing with you my tips to prevent tearing of the paratha, and if you follow these tips, your paratha is going to come out perfect each time. If you like my video, do give me a thumbs up, like me on my Facebook page Poonam's Kitchen, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Well, let's see what all do we need to make Garlicky Spinach Stuffed Paratha. To make the wheat flour, I have taken 1.5 cups of wheat flour, and the amount of water required is actually not fixed. Approximation is that it is usually half the quantity of the flour. For the stuffing, I need 2 cups tightly packed spinach leaves. Now I have removed the stalks from the leaves, 2 cloves of garlic. While rolling out the parathas, I will need wheat flour dough, red chilli powder, garam masala and salt, Desi Ghee or clarified butter, whole wheat flour. I'll transfer it to this dish. So I'll keep pouring water little by little and blend this all together. Just keep bringing the flour and the water together. There are gluten-forming proteins in the wheat flour. These proteins, when they come in contact with the water, gluten is formed. It helps us to put together the dough very easily. But then before we could roll it out, we need this gluten to relax. If I were to use this dough to make rotis or chapatis, then I could use it even after 20 or 25 minutes of rest. But when I'm making parathas out of this dough, I want the dough to be cold. So the dough is all set, and now this goes in the refrigerator in an airtight container. This is going to go in the refrigerator for an hour. Why am I insisting on this? It has got to do with the salt that I am going to use in the filling. Salt has a property that it pulls moisture from whatever it is in contact with. So when we roll out the dough and put the salted filling inside the dough, the salt starts pulling moisture from the dough as well as the filling. So a lot of moisture is there inside the paratha while we are still rolling it. The rate at which salt pulls out moisture is directly related to the temperature. When the dough is cold and the filling is cold, the salt takes its own sweet time to pull out moisture. And by that time we have already rolled out the dough and it's right there on the griddle to get cooked. And when we are rolling out the dough, we will also take care of the timing at which we add the salt. That is also going to delay the process of moisture coming inside the paratha. So no tearing of the paratha. Spinach has also been sitting in the refrigerator. I want it cold. Now I'm going to chop this, not very fine. As soon as you chop the spinach, it starts releasing its juices. So this thing has to be done when you're just ready to roll out the parathas. I'm all set to roll out the parathas. I have divided the dough in 6 equal sized balls, divided the spinach in 6 equal parts. Now I will not add the spices in all the spinach at once. If I do that, then by the time I am down to the second or the third paratha, the salt would have started pulling out the moisture from the spinach. And then if I use that spinach, the paratha is going to be soggy and rolling it will be difficult. That is what causes the paratha to tear apart while rolling. To prevent that, I am going to add salt along with the other spices in individual portions of spinach when I am ready to fill it onto the dough. The griddle is heating up at high heat. I'll take a ball of the wheat flour dough, roll it in the dry flour, all the sides, and place it on the center of the rolling board. Using a rolling pin, I will make a disc of around 4 inches. If the dough is very loose or sticky, then you might want to roll this disc again in the dry flour before rolling further. But my dough is pretty firm and cold, so I don't need the dry flour. I'm able to roll this easily. I'll put in little ghee in the center of the disc. I'll take one portion of the chopped spinach, few pieces of garlic, not too much garlic. I just want a subtle hint of garlic in the paratha. And now I add the spices. Now my formula is 3 pinches of salt, 1, 2 and 3. 2 pinches of red chili powder. And now you go by your proportions, what works best for your family. And 1 pinch of Garam Masala. I'll mix it all with the spinach and place it on the center of the disc. I will pull together the paratha from the loose edge, pinch it all together like this. When we are pinching this together, we have more dough on this side. This is an extra piece of dough. I will just twist it and fold it over the ball. Now since this has more dough, this will form the base of the paratha, and the other side, which has a single layer of the dough, will form the flaky upper layer of the paratha. So I'll toss it in the dry flour again, the pinched side facing the rolling board. Press it lightly with my fingers and roll this with the rolling pin. I need a diameter of around 6 to 7 centimeters. The griddle is heating at maximum heat. Now while rolling the paratha, I will put more pressure towards the edges of the paratha. That way the paratha rolls out evenly. If I were to roll only in the center, then the edges of the paratha will be very thick and the center will be very thin. Then it will not be an even paratha. Now I'll again toss this in the dry flour, both the sides, and roll again. So you see that by ensuring that the spinach and the dough were cold and by adding salt at a later stage, the paratha has not torn apart at all. There is no dough sticking on the rolling pin either. Now the paratha is ready to go on the griddle. The griddle is all heated up. To check whether it is ready or not, I just wave my hand over the griddle, say almost 4 inches above the griddle. I should be able to feel the heat at this distance. I'll reduce the heat to medium and transfer the paratha from the rolling board to the griddle. Now the side on which I was rolling, I will put it face down towards the griddle like this. Now we have to bake this at medium heat. Too high heat will burn the paratha and too little heat will dry it up completely. It's been almost a minute now. I can see bubbles rising on the top side. Let's flip it over and check. Yes, there are light golden spots here. Other side will also take a little more than a minute. Let's check on that side. Yes, golden spots. This is what I want. I'll apply ghee to this side. Flip this over. Press lightly. Frying the paratha with ghee makes it very crispy. Apply ghee to this side as well. Flip this over and press lightly. It doesn't take long after applying the ghee. Yes, this is the crispness I want in the paratha. So this goes on the plate. My second paratha goes on the griddle. So guys, this is how I make garlicky spinach stuffed paratha. Enjoy this paratha with yogurt, butter, pickle or curry of your choice. Hope you liked my recipe and my tips. See you again with a new recipe very soon. Till then, bye.